Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. We're doing our haul for March of 2019 today, and we've got quite a few things to look at, most of which are sexy robots, as I did end up getting mostly those this month. And then there's a couple other things that we'll also get to look at. But it's mostly going to be robots, so if you don't like those, you might want to leave. I don't know. Alright, let's get it started with some Polynesians, as I picked up several of those this month. As a matter of fact, I actually completed my collection of them for the most part. So basically, I only have to get future releases, so that's nice. First off, we have Vania, which is the red one with big fists. I already had the old uniform version that they just released last year or this year. It was very recent. And I'm happy to finally get this one, as I do prefer the red version over the sort of dark blue version that the old uniform was. But I do like both of them. Next up, we have the Motoroids. I got Pinkle and Bluelet. I don't know why I put off picking them up for so long, as I ended up really liking Pinkle. I guess because they were slightly different than your average Polynesian figures. I just sort of never got around to them. But I really like Pinkle. And Bluelet's a nice variant, but I do certainly prefer the pink original version. Then we have the gray version of Mel. The normal version of Mel is one of my favorite Polynesians, probably my second favorite female one behind Yana. And this gray version is also really nice. I slightly prefer the original one, but this color is also really cool, and I certainly have no problem having it. And lastly, and certainly not least, as a matter of fact, he was kind of my grail and is easily one of my favorite figures in the line, is Gray Shamrock. He's one of the most expensive Polynesians to get a hold of, if not the most expensive one, so I had been putting off getting him for a long time until he was the last one that I had to get, and I still got him for a reasonable price. Shamrock is one of my favorite Polynesians, and I really like the gray variant of him as well, so he is an excellent addition and completer of my Polynesian collection for the time being. Next up, we have some different kinds of robots. We've got a few Figma things, starting off with Scarlet Rain. She is a robot thing from Excel World. I don't know anything about that series. I just really like the design of her, and she's really nice and shiny and red, and I picked her up, and she's cool, and I have nothing much else to say. Our next Figma is Drossel, which is from Fireball, which is like a series of shorts that Disney made. I watched a couple of them, they're kind of cool, but I mostly just got her because I like the design, but I certainly don't have any objections to the series itself. And then I also got this variant of Drossel where she's got like winter gear on and stuff. I purely picked this up because it was super cheap. I actually don't care for the design that much. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't have gotten it if it wasn't really cheap. And a couple more robots to go. I got another Mobile Movementus. This one is called Chocolate. I don't know why, because she's not resembling chocolate in any way. She's like gray. And I'm also massively disappointed in her because her promotional artwork makes it look like she's silver. But the actual figure is a really boring gray color. And honestly, if I had known that's what she was going to look like, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But, she's a thing that I have now, I guess. And lastly, we have Integra, which is an Assembleborg, which is a like Revoltech series of robots. I believe this is the only female one, and then there's like a purple variant of this one. I got this mostly out of curiosity, as it was another female robot thing, and I'm not really familiar with the line, but I ended up really liking her. She's got lots of cool different modular parts and stuff, which I guess is what the whole line is basically about, but I ended up liking her quite a lot, and if they had made more different female robots, I would probably get more of them. I don't really care enough about having a purple version of this figure, at least not enough to get it, but if they had done more of these, I would get more of them, because they are really cool. And moving on from robots, we do have a couple of other things. I got the Figma Aqua from Konosuba. eNight Media's pre-orders were ridiculously slow, so I got her way after everyone else did. But I really like her. She's certainly one of the better Figmas that I've picked up in recent times. She's much better than Megumin was. And I honestly don't really have any complaints about her. If you like Konosuba, you should absolutely get her. She is really solid. Then we have Figuarts Zero Broly, which I've actually already reviewed, and I don't like it. You can go watch the video if you want to see more about that. We have Storm Collectibles Muhammad Ali, which is their second boxing-related figure. I already had Mike Tyson. I figured I'd go ahead and get Muhammad Ali. He's one of the few other boxers that I'm aware of, as I'm sure everyone knows who Muhammad Ali is. He's a really solid figure if you like boxing or like big pop culture icon type people. He's certainly worth picking up. And lastly, we have the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Mystique. She's a Marvel Legends figure, so you probably know what you're getting there, but she's a character that we've needed for a long time, and Walgreens exclusives are not massively difficult to get, at least if you live in the United States, so she's certainly something worth picking up to add to your X-Men roster. And that about does it. Like I said, mostly robots and a couple other things, so hopefully you liked all that stuff, and that pretty much wraps it up. So until next time, goodbye.